How's it going, everyone? This is E-Man from GCGWise123, and today I am bringing you guys the third place deck profile that got third place at the Vegas KMC. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name's Nima. I'm LightGrunty on YouTube, and last time you saw me on this channel, I was running Light Water Darkness Control, and I just got really sick of control mirror matches. So I decided to run a more aggressive deck. I was running Light Fire Nature Megabugs. So yeah, I went undefeated in Swiss, 2-0ing everyone, and I ended up losing to Steven, the winner of the KMC, in the top 4. So yeah, I mean it's all like, yeah, it's all good.
It works out.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just go straight into the deck. It's 45 cards. So
nice.
Yeah, first is Light. I got 2 Andromeda. This is for the aggro matchup and like the rush matchup. You drop this, you win. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's searchable by Gigahorn Charger, so I just played it because it's an auto win against aggro. Because this deck can't always rush, sometimes you just have to, against control you play the rush game, and against aggro you play the control game. So yeah, so this just helps against all the more aggressive decks. I played.
Has it ever been slow for you?
In this deck or Andromeda?
The Andromeda included in this deck.
Against control I always charge it because I know I'm not going to get to turn 9, and if they get to turn 9, I lost. So
you basically can't out-control them.
Yeah, you can't beat a control deck at the control game with a mid-range deck. So against aggro, I only played this 3 times at the KMC. Twice it was against Monofire Rush, so obviously it wasn't too slow.
Right.
I had at least 1 shield left by the time I got to turn 9, or not even turn 9. It was like turn 7 because I was ramping and stuff. There's ramp cards in this deck, so this is not going to be too slow, and if it is, you just charge it and then use your other cards to kill the creatures.
Right.
And when you need it, it's in the deck to search, but otherwise, it's not really the main focus of the deck.
Got you.
Then I played 1 Raw Blue Seeker of Lightning. This is also for the control and or for the rush and aggro matchup, because it doubles as an attacker to kill the creatures, and then it stands at the end of your turn to block. And like that Light Water Nature aggro deck, they have nothing that can get over this. So this basically kills everything in aggro and rush decks. And yeah, that's basically all it does. Also searchable by Gigahorn, which is why I felt the need to only run 1.
Right.
It's also one of my 2 outs to Gilaflame that's not a shield blast. Yeah. I ran 2 Lyra. I ran 2 because I only had 2, but then after the tournament I ended up getting a 3rd one, and I decided not to put it in the deck. It's a really good card, but it's not necessary in this deck. On turn 6 you want to be doing other like plays, like with the Hive Queen. It helps. Again, you can search it. So
yeah, with the Gigahorn.
that you don't need to play 3 in this type of deck if you're playing 3 Gigahorns like I was. So it just helps with the toolbox.
Yeah.
Because you can always go Gigahorn turn 5, this turn 6. So
got you.
I played 2 Keeper of Laws. This always went into mana against aggro decks.
Yeah. Understandable.
The only time I put it on the field against aggro was if the Hive Queen got it for me for free. So
got you.
And against control, this is a ridiculous card.
Yeah, it pluses you so much.
Yeah, I don't think I need to really explain this. If I had a 3rd one, I would consider playing it, but I don't. So. I played 1 Keeper of Clouds and 1 Star Lantern. So the story with this deck is that I decided to add 3 small blockers, and I couldn't decide which. So I added 1 Keeper of Clouds, 1 Star Lantern, and 1 Full Metal Lemon. So that's why they're in here. This is searchable by Gigahorn Charger.
Yeah.
You can see there's a theme here.
Yeah.
And then it also deals with Gilaflame.
Yeah,
this is just all around good blocker.
Yeah.
And then of course 3 Stormspak, because it's too good not to run it if you're running light.
Right.
That should be 12 light cards. That's it for light. Next is fire. I played 3 Gilaflame.
Nice.
it helps with the rushing control aspect of this deck, and getting it off the Hive Queen is ridiculous. I was thinking about just playing this without a dedicated fire section, but then when you get it off the Hive Queen, it just goes straight to mana the turn after, so it's not really worth just doing that. So I decided to play an actual fire section in this deck. So yeah, just 3 of these. Those are the only fire creatures.
And the rest are spells?
Yeah, 3 Tornado Flame and 3 Heat Seekers. Heat Seekers deal with the Firebirds.
That's interesting. That's interesting that you're running Heat Seekers. Not a lot of people like run Heat Seekers because of Aqua Strider being a 4,000 power.
Well, there's nothing that deals with 4,000 exactly, but that comes out early enough.
Yeah.
So.
And also Swordhorn as well.
Yeah. But I mean, Tornado Flame can't even kill Swordhorn. Yeah. So I'm not running Darkness, so I don't have the option of running Bone Blades.
Yeah.
And Return to the Soil, if I ramp them, that just gives them so much advantage.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that. This is for birds and Scare Adorable, and like against aggro decks for Seneschal and Razorhide and whatnot.
Were birds prominent at the Vegas KMC?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
There were far more control decks that didn't use birds than there were that did use birds.
Right.
Like there were some dedicated dragon decks, but they didn't make it that far.
I think with Laws and Cryo, pretty much like replaced the birds, in my opinion.
Yeah, in control anyway. But yeah, the dedicated dragon decks didn't make it that far. But actually, I only played against 1 dragon deck, but it was a really funky deck. It was in the top 8. He ran 15 blockers. I don't know what happened there, but exactly. I don't know. So this killed his Scaradorable. But yeah, this is just for birds, because if they play birds, it's like they ramp if you don't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So you need to get rid of it so you can rush them. Yeah, if they get to 9 mana or like 7 or 8 mana with birds, then it's over. You have to win before turn 9.
Yeah.
The Tornado Flames are to deal with Herald of Infernus.
Yeah, because if they attack your little weenie guys and they bring out
anything 9 or higher, then it's over.
Well, at least Awaken. Yeah. It'll pretty much like shut down your deck, except for
Andromeda too. And early Andromeda would kill me. So I also needed more Shield Blast, because if you've seen other Megabug decks, they generally don't have enough Shield Blast.
Right.
This deck runs 9, the usual is 6, and that didn't feel very safe. So I'm running 9 in a 45 card deck, so on average I'll get 1 per game.
Alright.
So yeah. And that's all for fire, just 9 cards. Nature was by far the biggest section.
Yeah, and it should be too.
Yeah. For the bugs, I ran 3 Manapod, 3 Manapod, and 1 Ambush Scorpion. Manapod, Manapod are self-explanatory.
Yeah.
A lot of Megabug decks run 3 Ambush Scorpion, but I can't say I disagree with that anymore. It helps so much. I decided to add another one after the KMC, but this is what I ran. I just didn't think too highly of Ambush Scorpion at the time. Manapod really put in a lot more work, but Ambush Scorpion was helpful, and I'm glad I played it. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about this.
Alright.
Yeah, I would not disagree at all with anyone who decides to play 2 or 3 Ambush Scorpions. Next, I played 3 Reap and Sow. This helps. The ideal progression is turn 3 Manapod, turn 4 Reap and Sow, turn 6 Hive Queen. I mean, that's kind of well known by now. Or turn 5 Hive Queen, yeah. That's kind of well known by now. So I ended up taking 1 out afterwards, but it's pretty good. It's a good way to get a plus and ramp at the same time.
Right.
I also ran 3 Gigahorn Chargers because it searches like half the deck.
Nice.
Or half the creatures. You get it off the Hive Queen, it's amazing. It's a plus 2.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't happen to have a Bulbasaur, do you?
No. It also kills Scare Adorable because level 5.
Yeah.
So Scare Adorable is not a problem at all for this deck. And it's the most prominent blocker, so that's kind of nice. Yeah. So I ended up taking 1 of these out as well. I guess I'll go into that later.
Yeah.
I ran 1, the Swarmleader. It comes out a turn earlier than the Hive Queen, so it's nice. It helped out a few times, just drop me a turn 5, start swinging shields when they're still at 4 mana. They can't really do anything at that point. So, like, not even a Death Smoke would do anything to it. So, it serves its purpose aside from being there because I don't have 3 the Hive Queens.
Right. So that's your 4th Evo.
That's my 3rd Evo.
Oh, okay. So you're only running 2. Oh, okay.
I only have 2 the Hive Queens.
Alright.
So, I don't know if you were here that day, but the day I started running Megabugs here at Locals, the shopkeeper had a Hive Queen out as a single,
and then Brandon
bought it in spite because I beat him in the finals. So I only have 2 still, and now it's really popular, so I don't know how easy it'll be to get a 3rd one.
Right.
It's been working out fine so far. I can search it with Gigahorn, I can search it with Manapod. I don't really have a problem not drawing it, even with 2. I'd like to have a 3rd one, but 2 is good enough for now.
Nice.
Yeah, and everyone knows what it does. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. That's the reason why you made the deck in the first place.
Yeah. Then for spells, I totally forgot to separate Reap and Sow, but yeah, for Shield Blast, for nature, it's Root Trap. It's self-explanatory. So these rounded out the 9 Shield Blasts.
Yep.
For multi-civ cards, I only ran 5 because I didn't want to get like screwed by the fact that it enters play tapped. So I don't know. I see Megabug decks, they run like 12 and 40 cards. I'm like, how are you expecting not to get screwed on your curve?
Right.
But I mean, it's their decision. This is the Full Metal Lemon I was talking about. The 3rd blocker. It ramps you when it dies, so it's good. Yeah. 2 Humonculon. I only had 2 at the time, but it's a Megabug and it's a Battle Mage, so...
And it gets ridiculous when you get it off of Hive Queen.
Yeah, off the Hive Queen, it's like, oh, you were gonna block that attack? I guess not. So it's really good. With Amber Scorpion, it deals with Herald of Infernus, so that's another reason to play more Amber Scorpions. Yeah. But yeah, that's good. And then 2 Steamtank. It's a Megabug. If it weren't a Megabug, I probably wouldn't play it, to be honest. I don't know. This is kind of the reason why I'm playing Fire along with Gilaflame. But if it weren't a Megabug, it wouldn't be nearly as good, and people wouldn't be able to splash just 3 Steamtanks in their light nature decks.
Got you.
Yeah. I only played 2 because I only had 2. Yeah.
Would you even run 3?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, so after the KMC, I ended up taking out 3 cards, these 2, and a Ravu. So 1 Gigahorn, 1 Reap and Sow, and the Ravu. Because Ravu did nothing all day at the KMC. It's supposed to be alright, but I ended up killing them by like turn 7 or 8. Most of the time, like against control decks, so Ravu never even came to play, and against aggro, just Andromeda did its job, so I didn't really need Ravu. Gigahorn, I decided, I added 2 level 5, so I decided just to take this out to help with the curve. And Reap and Sow wasn't very helpful all the time, so I just had to take 1 out. And I ended up adding a 3rd Humonculon, a 3rd Steamtank, and an Amber Scorpion. I got these 2 immediately after the event.
Nice.
So, it kind of sucked that I had to wait till afterwards. But, and then, like I said, the Amber Scorpion is really helpful. I want to find room for a 3rd one, but I'm not really sure what to take out. I did really poorly at the local tournament today, so I'm going to have to try and fix this deck. I feel like I got sacked of like people getting ridiculous stuff off a bottle, but then there's always something you can do to increase your chances of winning. So I'm gonna try and fix this deck for next week.
Nice.
But yeah, that was the version I ran for the KMC. It did really well. And like I only had to change 3 cards afterwards, so it's pretty solid, I think. People are probably wondering why I don't run the Sword Horns. It doesn't really help with the theme of the deck. If I were to run more 3 drops, they'd be Razor Hide to ramp, so you can win faster, or or more bugs, so you hit more stuff off of Manapod, and so you have more bait for Hive Queen. Because a lot of time, like even today, I would have 2 bugs out, and my opponent would like make some ridiculous play at like 6 mana to kill both of them. It's like, how did you even do that? And then I lose because I have the Hive Queen and nothing else.
Right.
And it's like you had 2 shields left. I could have won next turn, but they killed my whole field somehow, and I needed another bug, and I didn't have it. So
got you.
yeah, the Swordhorn again. Swordhorn also multi-civ, so it kind of ruins the curve at the same time. So yeah, that's about it. I think the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament's starting, so I have to move out of the way.
All right, then. So there you go, guys. So leave a like and comment for some suggestions. So thank you guys for watching, and take care.